From where?
Nigeria.
From Nigeria.
Yeah.
And are you on your knees because you recognize what the Nigerians did to black people?
Sure.
What did they do to black people?
We sold you guys as slaves.
Hey, give him a hand. Give him a hand. For those of you that didn't hear what he said, this Nigerian is on his knees because he said, we sold you black people as slaves. This is what he's saying right now. He's recognizing that slavery was part and parcel because and that's what I mean, you Negroes want to be African. Africa, Africa, Africa. Here's a real African. Here's a real life Nigerian right before your eyes. And he said, we sold you in slavery. I'm on my knees to make penance for it. I'm on my knees to apologize. I assume you apologize. He's on his knees to apologize. Black people, you should see this, man. Don't be afraid. Ain't nobody gonna harm you. Come on up here and see this Nigerian. See it for yourself. See it and learn. Learn that you are not an African. That you are God's chosen people. That the Africans sold into slavery in America, man. And this man is admitting it right now today, man. Hey, man, thank you very much for telling us the truth. You brought the truth out before us today. I know y'all want to get the whole boot just y'all ain't taking up my.
We shouldn't be apologizing to Africa. Africa gotta apologize to us. We ain't do none. You did it. The f is we apologizing for? None of their books say, let's go get them. America ain't number 237 years old. Europe is 3,700 years old. Africa is 5,500 years old.
Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's Sonia and I'm back again with another video. Today's topic is actually going to be deep because this is concerning Africans and Black Americans. And the question is, do Africans owe Black Americans apology? If yes, please, why do you think so? And if no, why do you think so? I would love to get all your opinion in the comment section. This video is actually an educational video. When I saw this particular video, I said no. Even if it's late on my end, I need to bring down this video so that we all can actually learn from this, okay? Anyways, if you have not subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, and share. I'll go ahead and roll out the clips that I have for you guys. Credit belongs to the original creators of those clips that were actually stitching our videos, and then I'll come back with commentaries.
Everybody owes Black Americans an apology. When I say everybody, I mean everybody except Native Americans. Every other demographic owes Black Americans an apology. Now it's obvious that the white demographic owes us that, and but I'm specifically talking about immigrants. I'm specifically talking about Latinos and Asians and Indians and Chinese and some Vietnamese and some Africans. Y'all owe us an apology. And here's why. I'm seeing video after video. In the last 24 hours, I have seen video after video of Latino women either crying or coming to a reality that if it was not for Black Americans, and it infuriates me. It infuriates me, and I'm going to tell you why. Let me preface it by saying, though, that I'm Generation X, and I have some Latino people in my life that I love, and also have I've been directly affected by deportation in my own world, different reasons. I'm American, though. I'm African American, born here. My whole family line is from here, but I know what deportation is about, and I know the effects of it. So I am empathetic with the process. But it is hard for me to be sympathetic when I realize that everybody shitted on us. Every demographic shitted on Black people. Black Americans. Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton begged y'all in the 90s to join us. Jesse Jackson begged. I remember living in Chicago, and he was on all the different TV stations asking for the Black and brown community to come together so that we could unite, so that we can get more things done, blah, blah, blah. And even to this day, Black leaders, people with positions, they always say Black and brown. Whenever it's a Black leader talking, he or she says Black and brown, the Black and brown community. I don't recall seeing Latino leaders say Black and brown. They say brown. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know every Latino, but I don't see it. Do y'all? Black people have always tried to include everyone. We have this empathy in our souls. We have this. That's why we have not done what white people have always thought we were going to do after slavery. We are literally a peaceful people, even though they paint us out to be thieves. They paint us out to be so violent. We're not. But I'm just struggling with my empathy because y'all at the finding out part of the fuck around. And I just remember so many times Latinos being, back in the day especially, being very racist towards Black people. Y'all know y'all can admit it. Put your pride to the side. You know I'm right. Now y'all Korean Americans, y'all shitted on us big time. Y'all shitted on us royal. Y'all took a royal ass dump on Black people. Y'all came over here, opened up beauty supply stores. Okay, fine. That's fine. You don't give back to the Black community. You've gotten rich off us. You followed us through your stores, especially back in the day in the 90s and early 2000s. You couldn't even go in there without them following you, blatantly following you. You called the police, falsely accused us for stealing. Y'all always thought we stole. Y'all hired Latino women in y'all beauty supply stores so that you can reduce the possibility of theft. theft, or either y'all hire guys so that you can reduce the possibility of theft, because literally Korean American, y'all some of the most racist people out here. If y'all could put the security button thing to sound the alarm on bobby pins individually, y'all would. Y'all got them damn anti-theft things on everything in the store. Now I can't blame y'all all 100%, because guess who buy y'all shit? Black women. And unfortunately, we made y'all rich. But I will say this, it's not like black women didn't try to have our own beauty supplies. Y'all stopped us. Y'all had warehouses that y'all got together. Y'all bought in bulk from China. Y'all bought hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of beauty supply stuff so that and forced us out of it. Y'all know y'all did that. And if you're a second generation Korean American that's tied to a beauty supply, you know that's true. You probably are a little bit more open-minded than your parents or your grandparents, but you know this is true. And I wonder, will you admit it? Will you admit it? Will you apologize? Will y'all change? Because here's the thing. Unfortunately, and this pisses me off, y'all just now seeing what black people been seeing for centuries. Did y'all think we was lying? When we told y'all, when you learned about discrimination and racism and this and that, like I used to see all of so many Latino people taking out for Trump in the election time when it was Kamala this and Kamala that. Are y'all I will end this video by saying y'all are on the find out part of the fuck around, and we all are going to have our turn because we have a monster in office. But we do need to somehow get together. And I believe that black people are allowed to take time to rest and to figure out how we want to move around, if we want to include y'all. Because yes, together we can make a lot more moves. But right now, I don't know if anybody else feels like me. I'm just literally like, I can't believe y'all didn't hear us. I can't believe y'all didn't give us homage. I can't believe y'all didn't recognize the way in which y'all got to come in this country and build off the backs of black people and not give us our credit. And then also be white adjacent and think that y'all was better than us.
They bled so you could breathe in America. I'm talking about our American siblings, and I'm talking to my African brothers and sisters who immigrated to America. You didn't just land in America. You walked on ground that was once soaked with black blood before you opened the business. Before you enrolled in that university, before you got that visa, there were chains, there were lashes, there were dogs, bullets, and burning crosses. Our American siblings didn't just survive slavery. They fought through segregation, marched through Jim Crow and the civil rights movement so that America could open its doors to welcome you. They weren't asking to be liked. They were fighting to be recognized as humans. And while you may not share the same story, you now share the same soil. So when you mock their pain, when you call them lazy, when you invalidate their trauma, when you say they had every opportunity, you dishonor the bridge they became, the very bridge you walked on. They didn't choose to come to America. You did. And it's because of them that you could. So respect is in favor, is a debt. Understand their struggles, honor their fight, and don't look down on the tree whose fruits you're enjoying right now. And to those of us still living in Africa, when your siblings come home, honor them, welcome them. Don't question their Africanness, because you are not more Africans than they are. They didn't abandon Africa. Africa was ripped from them. So when they return, treat it as a reunion, not a rivalry. Because when one of us hears, all of us do. Remember, they didn't just fight for themselves. They fought for every shade of black. So let's not waste their sacrifices. Let's build with them, not against them.
After watching those few parts that I actually stitched for you guys in this particular video, do you think that Africans actually owe Black Americans apology? Because there are some videos that is actually going up that Black Americans will tell you that they are not African Black Americans, that we should stop calling them African Black Americans. But to us, we see them as brothers, right? As Africans. So if we are apologizing, are we just apologizing because of the slavery's history that we've heard, or is there any other thing special that we're actually apologizing? Anyways, if you guys do not know, a lot of videos that have actually been flying, we'll find out that most people that really help these Africans, right, in American are blacks. You understand? They are Black Americans. And that's why when I actually saw this video actually touched me to some part. And I feel like we just need to just get our head clear on this. If Africans are apologizing, what else are we apologizing? Is it just about the history? And if we're apologizing, Black Americans said they're not African Black Americans. So what are we really apologizing for? That's the question here. Because if they are not African, if they don't want to be called let me say some, right? They don't want to be called African Black Americans. They want to be called Black Americans. And now, because of the history of slavery and every other stuff, we are now saying that, okay, we owe Black Americans apology. What else are we apologizing about? You understand? I've seen Black American people as family, as far as I'm concerned. I've seen them because we have the same skin color, the same hair type, and so on and so forth. But are a lot of them even seeing us like that? And why do we need to apologize? Anyways, I'll go ahead and roll out the remaining clips I have for you guys so that I don't keep you guys bored here. And then I'll come back with commentaries.
Slavery follows the condition of the mother. Let's take a ride. My Lo-Fi Black History series is going to have a spinoff called Lo-Fi Learning because we need to know things while keeping our last nerves in check, right? So my research is leading to me reading some of the executive orders again, and I don't know why I didn't see it before. I need to bring the notebook back. I'll be right back. It's nighttime. I had to get some food. All right, in 1662, Virginia made slavery hereditary, inherited through the mother. This guarantees that basically everyone Black would be born into slavery and would be a slave for life. 1857, you have Dred Scott v. Sanford, where the Supreme Court says, Dred Scott, I know you're suing for your freedom and everything. You are Black, so the real question is, how did you get in through the front door in the first place? You are not a citizen. Next. And the 14th Amendment to the Constitution is what cancels out these two things. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Now here's all of Section 1. The 14th Amendment is what takes Black people from being slaves by birth to citizens by birth. Trump's executive order, but the 14th Amendment has never been interpreted to extend citizenship universally to everyone born in the United States. We literally just read that it does. He's arguing that this jurisdiction part applies to the parent and not the current citizen. Citizenship does not automatically extend to persons born in the United States when that person's mother was unlawfully present in the United States and the father was not a United States citizen, or when that person's mother was here lawfully but temporarily, like on a visa or something, but their father is undocumented. That's not what the 14th Amendment, you can look at it right here. That's not what it says. But this executive order that's getting him sued everywhere says that if you cannot prove that both your mother and father are a citizen, you cannot get paperwork from a government agency documenting your citizenship, and they cannot accept paperwork from you. Which sounds a lot like this, actually. When we say that this administration wants to take us backwards, it's important to be specific about exactly where. And in 1662, there are only two classifications for people in this stolen United States, citizen or slave. And that depends on the condition of your mom. So over here is just my brain. So now instead of being born with this second part, you have to prove that both your parents are citizens before you get this second part. You do that with documents. What if your mama can't find her birth certificate? Like, what if your people can't find their freedom papers? Like, if all these conservative bobbleheads think that this is a wonderful idea because life starts at conception anyway. What if you get detained just until everybody figures everything out? But while you're there, can't have you vagrant. There's a farm you can work on. It can offset the cost of the legal fees. You'll be totally safe on this farm. There's people there that will oversee you. They'll supervise. All right.
At this point, particularly to apologize deeply on behalf of the chiefs and people of Gold Coast and Ghana for the atrocities, the cruelty, the inhuman treatment that were committed 400 years ago by my ancestors during the Atlantic slave trade, where over 400 years ago, millions of our brothers and sisters were captured, sold and transported under inhumane and cruel circumstances through Elmina Castle across to the Caribbeans and to the New World. On behalf of the chiefs and people of Ghana, I do render unqualified apology, deep from the bottom of our hearts. Deep from our bottom of our hearts. But one thing that I want you to be aware of, it was not without resistance. Some of our chiefs did fought and resisted. Some of our people did fought and resisted. But we are fighting a losing battle against a stronger army. People with guns, and we had no guns. They deceived us with liquor and all other temptations.
My foremost memories of my youth is going to church, and we had a special guest, and it was actually three, and the special guests were African I can't remember what country they came from, but I just remember the clothes that they wore was beautiful, and these rings that they had that sat up really high, the gold sat up really high off of their fingers. And they came to my church and they apologized to us. They apologized to Black Americans for abandoning us here, for not understanding our plight, and they asked for our forgiveness in church one Sunday. And I just remember all the old ladies and old men being in tears because they knew that it was sincere and it tapped into something that they needed and they didn't know that they needed. So I've already been apologized to by Africans who apologized for, like Paul Mooney said, us being over here, Black Americans being here, should have been an act of war for the countries that we were kidnapped from. It should have been an act of war. They left us over here. So we should have beef with them just off of that. The fact that they never came back to get us. And then they have the nerve to come over here after we built this country up to be a place where they could come. It was us. It was Black Americans who did that. After they left us. They left us to die over here. But we didn't. We actually made something out of it. Black Americans have come farther in the shortest amount of time than any other group in history. And that's just a fact. And you got a nerve to try to talk about us? Try to talk about erasing us, our culture? It's not going to happen.
And brokenness, to repent for the sins of the leaders in Africa, and in particular, the sin of selling our own brothers and sisters into slavery. This great sin brought untold pain and misery to millions of people of African descent, and judgment to the African people who remained on the continent. The grave sin of slavery scattered our people all over the face of the earth, where they have suffered great deprivations and loss. If it were not for the part that our African kings and chiefs played in the slave trade, this evil trade could not have survived. Therefore, on behalf of all the African leaders, past and present, all of them, I acknowledge the part that we played in this tragedy, and today we ask for forgiveness. We seek forgiveness for the great pain and loss that the myopic and selfish decisions of our leaders caused our brothers and sisters of African descent around the world, and we ask their forgiveness. We plead the blood of Jesus to cleanse us all from this great sin and release us from the spiritual, mental, emotional, and economic bondage it brought. Today, we reopen the door to our brothers and sisters of African descent to return home to the continent of Africa, the land of their ancestry, and the spiritual homeland of all African people. We welcome you home with open arms as brothers and sisters, and pray that we can close the door to the dark past and work towards a better future. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. Amen.
This is for all of those people that keep commenting, oh, well, the Africans sold us into slavery. No, the very few chiefs and kings that did this were outcasted and alienated. They were considered traitors to the entire African continent. So wake up and stop letting white supremacists condition you with their perception of what it is to be black.
Anyways, you guys, you've watched this video from beginning to the end, and definitely I believe that one or two things have actually been picked from this particular video. I've also been able to learn a lot, and I want to say this to every single Black Americans that have been hurt by Africans. I'm using this opportunity to say we are sorry, okay? If it's apology that will just make everything go in shape, go in line, why not? You understand? I don't think there is need of we going back and forth, arguing with each other. As far as I'm concerned, I keep saying it in all of my videos. We are one, no matter where you come from, no matter your skin color. But the truth is, we see Black Americans as our brothers. You understand? I have a Black American lady. She's my adopted mom from US, and she has really treated me nicely. Like, not just nicely, but financially wise as well. And of which I do not take that for granted, right? And I believe that one or two things might have caused my African brothers and sisters to like hurt Black American women. I'm using this opportunity to say we are sorry. We're sorry for hurting you guys. We're sorry for selling you guys into slavery. We're sorry for every single thing that you guys are actually going through. Because I see some other countries also apologizing as well. And I feel like, okay, this is just like a good start. We don't need to keep telling each other apart, keep tearing each other apart, or keep arguing that, oh, you have to apologize. For me, apologizing is nothing. It's just a good way of just moving forward. Instead of we just backbiting each other, telling each other that we are this, we are that, boycotting each other, we are one. And if you're watching this video, you're a Black American person, let me know what your thoughts is in the comment section. I've used this opportunity to apologize, and I'm going to apologize over and over again. In any ways we've wronged you guys, in any ways we've hurt you, I don't even want to go into debating it, because I've been pondering on this topic and I'll be like, we really need to. We really need to. I think there are some places that we've overstepped our boundaries. You understand? Especially for those Africans that have actually migrated to Americans, and in one way or the other, they have clashed. They have one or two things against the Black Americans. We are sorry. We love you guys, and let love lead. That is just what I stand for. No matter your skin color, no matter how you look, no matter where you go, just know that we are one. Even if you guys decided that we should not be calling you guys African Black Americans, and you want to be known or tagged as Black Americans, we still love you, because if a white person is standing today and a Black person is standing, and in every angle, I as an African gets to stand, definitely there is going to be like a link identity within me and the Black American person, not even the white person. You understand what I'm trying to say? We are sorry. If apology is a thing, we are sorry. Let love lead. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know your take on this. Do you think we should apologize as Africans, or we should not? I would really love to get your comments. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. And for every single person that have actually been supporting me on this street, I do not take you guys for granted. Thank you for the love. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for 80 subscribers. I really do appreciate. Bye for now, and I'll see you in my next one. I love you guys. Mwah.